So we're going to look at making the bucket basket. It's portable, easy to take with you, sets up really fast. Take the top off the bucket, insert the center post, and take the bucket top. And you have a portable travel mini basket. Here are all the materials we need to make the portable bucket basket. We need a plastic bucket with a lid, and then I have a piece of wood. It's a circle 11 inches. This is an old piece of shelving that I cut, a circle 11 inches wide. A couple scrap pieces of wood, some zip ties, small ones, 3/4 inch wooden dowel. We've got our number 12 jack chain. I have 15 strands that are 12 inches long, and I'll get to that in a minute. 12 wood screws and a 1-inch key ring. For the chain setup, you need to look at the lid that you get with your bucket. Different hardware stores have different lids. This one that I got has 30 ribs going around. So what I decided was that I would do a basket with 15 chains. Other lids that I've seen in hardware stores have 16 ribs, which would work really well because you could have a 16 chain setup. What you want to do is take your lid, and every other rib you want to drill holes on either side of the rib. And you skip one and drill 2 small holes, and I drilled them on the inside of the rib. That puts a diameter of about 10 inches across the lid. So you wind up drilling holes every other rib, and on this particular lid that was 15. For the 11-inch circle, this is probably the most work that you need to do on the bucket. You need to cut an 11-inch circle that's going to go in for the base of the basket, and I'm remaking this. I'm not making it from scratch, so all my holes are already drilled. This is just a piece of shelving. It's about 3/4 of an inch thick, and to cut the circle I had a compass and just drew an 11-inch circle, but you could also use the bucket, flip it over, draw a circle, and then make the circle slightly smaller. And I didn't have any special tools. I just used a chop saw and just started cutting away. So you can see it's not a perfect circle. I just cut off pieces until I had my circle. I also drilled a 3/4 inch hole on the side. That's for the dowel storage. For the chain, this is number 12 jack chain. I knew I needed 15 feet. I asked for 16 feet just so that I would have enough chain links. Number 12 jack chain has a little bit of weight to it, and just lay it out and measure 12 inches. And you can just take a pliers and open up the link to separate the pieces. And then once you do that, what I did was I took the chain and I just hung it on a nail, and then I'd hang the next piece of chain, and down at the bottom I would remove the link so that I got 15 link pieces of chain with exactly the same number of links. It's important to have the same number of links on each chain so that the chain assembly is even. For the scrap pieces of wood, it doesn't matter what size they are. I just cut them close to square. These are 2x4s, and I drilled a 3/4 inch circle in each one, and that's what the 3/4 inch dowel fits into. The 3/4 inch dowel is 14 inches, and that's important so that your basket will eventually be 10 inches tall. What you need to do is take each piece of scrap of wood and you center it, and with your screws, screw these 2 pieces together. I screwed this one in from the bottom, and then on the lid you just need 4 holes and attach this to the inside of the lid on the bottom. This will go just like this, centered on the lid. I'm going to attach those, and then we'll attach the chains. So I've attached my scrap pieces of wood to the lid and to the 11-inch circle. The scrap piece of wood is just attached with 4 wood screws, I didn't use bolts so that they'd be nice and flat on top. Pan head screws. And then I've attached this scrap piece of wood to my 11-inch circle through the bottom. And it doesn't matter really where the screws go because you're not going to see it. So those were 8 out of the 12 screws. You need 4 more screws, which are going to go through the sides of the bucket, and they're going to attach the 11-inch circle inside the bucket. And you want to put them 4 inches down from the bottom. So I've drilled holes right here, 4 inches from the from the top of the bucket, and we're going to put these screws through the bucket into the 11-inch circle. So I've attached my wood circle inside the bucket, and it might be helpful to drill some pilot holes. So measure 4 inches from the top of the bucket and drill 4 holes. These don't matter exactly where they are, but drill holes 4 inches from the top of the bucket, and then drill holes in your wood circle. It's important that it's exactly 4 inches deep all the way around so that it's square. Now we're going to attach the lengths of chain onto the lid. And what I've already done is drilled 2 holes on either side of these ribs, and every other rib, which on this lid is going to be 15. We take our small zip ties and put it up through the hole and down through the other side on the rib. And this is how we're going to attach our lengths of chain. So we have the zip ties there. We're just going to take a piece of chain and we're going to zip tie the tops of each length of chain to the bucket. So I've attached my chains with the zip ties. I've just put a zip tie around each rib and attached the top of the chain. So as you can see, I just have a zip tie around each rib, and that's what's connecting the chains. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 1-inch key ring and I'm going to put it through the bottom link in all the chains. And you can use other things too besides a key ring. You can just use a string, or you can use a zip tie or a twist tie, and those will all work just fine. You need it about a 1-inch ring on the bottom so it'll fit around your 3/4 inch dowel. So I've attached the bottom of my chains all through the 1-inch key ring, and that's it. You take your dowel, it's 14 inches, it goes 4 inches into the base, leaving you with a 10-inch opening for the basket. You attach the basket just by placing it right on there. And then to store, you put all your minis in the bucket, take the top off. I've drilled a hole, 3/4 inch hole on the side for the dowel storage. The bucket is 14 inches tall, so that dowel fits just in there. And you can clamp the lid on. And that's the portable bucket basket.